The sleep hack your brain is begging for. It's 2 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your mind is racing, replaying the day, and stress planning tomorrow. You've tried it all, haven't you? The fancy gadgets, the risky pills with their laundry list of side effects, the meditation apps you just can't seem to focus on. But nothing seems to stick. So the frustration builds, and the anxiety about not sleeping makes it even harder to sleep. It's a nasty cycle, and you're stuck right in the middle. But what if the secret to breaking that cycle wasn't some new tech or another pill? What if the most powerful sleep hack is something your brain has been craving since you were a kid? Neuroscientists are exploring how a simple story might just be the key to finally ending your restless nights. The problem isn't just that you're stressed, it's that your brain is stuck on high alert. Neuroimaging studies have shown that in people with insomnia, the brain's threat detection center, the amygdala, can be hyperactive. It's caught in a feedback loop. Every worried thought about being awake is another signal to your brain that something is wrong, that it needs to stay vigilant. Your sympathetic nervous system, your fight-or-flight response, is running the show, flooding your body with cortisol, the primary stress hormone. That's why your heart races, your breathing gets shallow, and your mind just won't switch off. Your brain needs a specific, powerful signal that it's safe to stand down. Section 1. The Solution Reveal. So, what if the solution wasn't about forcing your brain to shut up, but about giving it something better to do? The science points to a powerful, all-natural tool that does just that: storytelling. Now, before you write this off as something just for kids, I want you to think about this differently. This isn't about nostalgia. It's about neuroscience. Listening to a story before bed is one of the most effective ways to hijack your brain's runaway stress response and guide it gently into a state of deep, restorative rest. It's a deliberate tool for managing your own cognitive and physiological state. Today, I'm going to break down the science of how it works and give you a simple protocol you can try tonight. Section 2. The Scientific Deep Dive. How a story rewires your brain for sleep. So, how can something as simple as a story have such a profound impact on your ability to sleep? The answer lies in how a good narrative systematically dismantles your brain's high-alert state, one neurological process at a time. First, let's talk about cognitive shifting. When you're lying in bed with a racing mind, you're stuck in your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that analyzes, plans, and worries. Listening to a story forces a cognitive shift by engaging different parts of your brain. When a story describes a scent, your olfactory cortex activates. When it describes a movement, your motor cortex lights up. You are, in a very real sense, pulling mental energy away from your anxious, analytical brain and redirecting it to your imaginative and sensory brain. You're not fighting the racing thoughts. You're just giving your brain a more interesting path to follow. Second, a story provides a crucial signal of safety. The predictable structure of a narrative, a beginning, a middle, and an end, is incredibly calming for a brain on high alert. Unlike the chaotic nature of your own anxious thoughts, a story offers a safe, structured world to step into. This sense of safety sends a direct message to your autonomic nervous system. It gives your hyperactive sympathetic nervous system the all-clear, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, to take over. This is the physiological key to relaxation. Your heart rate slows, your breathing deepens, and your muscles release tension. More importantly, relaxation practices are known to help reduce the level of cortisol in your bloodstream, the very hormone keeping you awake. Third, listening to a story is a powerful form of what neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman calls non-sleep deep rest, or NSDR. NSDR is a state of profound relaxation you can enter while you're still conscious. It's that space between being fully awake and fully asleep where incredible restoration can happen. Guided meditations and yoga nidra are common forms of NSDR, and listening to a story fits the bill perfectly. You're lying down, eyes closed, guided by a voice, and letting your focus drift away from your own thoughts. You aren't trying to fall asleep, which we all know is the great paradox of sleep. The more you try, the more it runs away. Instead, you're just aiming for deep rest, and you let your brain handle the transition to actual sleep when it's ready. Finally, stories can tap into our brain's reward system. When we connect with characters, our brains can release neurotransmitters like dopamine and oxytocin. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, fosters feelings of comfort and connection, while dopamine is linked to pleasure and reward. This neurochemical cocktail creates a feeling of well-being that directly counteracts the anxiety of insomnia, leaving you in a positive emotional state as you drift off. Section 3. The Practical Protocol. How to do it tonight. Knowing the science is great, but putting it into practice is what really matters. So here is a simple 4-step protocol you can use tonight. Step 1. Choose the right story. This is critical. You want a story with a calm plot. Avoid high-stakes thrillers or intense dramas. A page-turner that makes you desperate to know what happens next is going to have the opposite effect. Think gentle fiction, calm travelogues, or even a nostalgic story from your childhood. The goal is a narrative that unfolds gently, with a soothing pace. Step 2. Choose the right format. For sleep, audio is almost always better than reading from a screen. Listening lets you close your eyes, kill the lights, and get comfortable. All crucial signals to your brain that it's time for sleep. The blue light from screens can interfere with melatonin production, so audio helps you dodge that bullet. There are countless options, from audiobook apps and sleep podcasts to dedicated sleep story apps. Most podcast apps even have a sleep timer, so you can set it to turn off after 30 or 60 minutes. Step 3. Create a consistent routine. Your brain loves routine. Like any good sleep habit, consistency is key. Set aside 30 to 60 minutes each night just for your story. Make your environment as comfortable as possible. Dim lights, cozy bedding, no distractions. This ritual signals to your brain that it's time to wind down, regulating your body's internal clock and making the transition to sleep smoother over time. Step 4. Master the mindset. This might be the most important step of all. Your job is not to fall asleep. Your only job is to listen to the story. That's it. Give yourself permission to just follow the narrative. If your mind wanders back to a worry, gently guide it back to the storyteller's voice. The goal isn't sleep. The goal is deep rest. By focusing on the story, you're giving your brain the off-ramp it needs from the highway of anxiety. Sleep will come as a natural byproduct, not as something you have to chase. We're constantly bombarded with stress, digital overload, and endless stimulation that leaves our brains stuck on high alert. We're told to buy expensive gadgets or take potent medications to fix our sleep, but the solution might be far simpler and more deeply human. By giving your brain a story, you aren't just distracting yourself, you're actively engaging in a neuroscientific process. You're shifting your cognitive state, helping lower your cortisol levels, activating your body's relaxation response, and providing a fundamental signal of safety that allows your mind to finally let go. Forget the complicated solutions. The most powerful sleep hack might just be wired directly into your brain. All you have to do is use it. What's a story that always helps you relax? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more science-backed strategies to improve your mind and your life.